You are watching Kasapa Media. You are watching Kasapa Media.
Our pa grants eso akufado so asade ne de e wo ha e wo mansa ne fele ko na mai abakosema ye Ghana ye kan say history and a captain placement akobebe mu nyina e de to Ghana for nyina say wo so papa e wo the big six mu de na so wan kasa de wo ho ade actually ye pa so bush ni bi mpo e wo man so ho actually because so say pa grants na ole Kwame Nkrumah ya akoye e kan say abusua ne sa na wachechen se mu atra be si eye enne da yisu de ekoso e wo Parliament House yen ko ne pete captain policeman se ni bi emra.
You are watching Kasapa Media.
You
are watching Kasapa Media.
I said Kwame Relatino. Aye unai. Eti yenya history book dia etimi a trace. Kwame Nkrumah ofin krofo. Wo mienu ina aye nzemafo. But yenya obi antimi trace. Ehu say Kwame Nkrumah fi pa grant ase anase ofi pa grant ase. But pa grant ankasa kept describing Kwame Nkrumah as Maofase. Maofase. Just me what fase. It is a biological, a boja our fase. And now say our fase on one who say or when you would answer no friend our fase I can't tell. And no minim. But Kwame Nkrumah Emra na pa grant yare no UGCC4 any mpanifo na ewo hot that time when we na ja pa grant abrabo ma no omo to ne twene no mo mpedachi kra obi ani won na okwa hwe pa grant. And don't forget for some way 2 3 months ma pa grant de no so time I can for yata papa finance minister no the bushmeat tax eba memo evidence ewuramunam tax obewi akrante obedi akrante bini obetua tax bush meat tax it is a levy eba enya onwanwa emane enya onwanwa ene ye kan budget ntime the budget bi akokɔ mre bi beba betwetwam bush meat tax say Ghana for akrante ye powio ye potwe amwaku a awie do obetua tax wo de wo ye bema kokumotwe ye ba fie ye behwie wo kwam Jehovah Witness for ba no mu hwie no mu so ye owio obetua owio tax bush meat tax. This is what Kwame Nkrumah wrote. Na Kwame esesa okosra papa no waba esa osan kobiom eno nya nkra no akwantimfi se wawu. Listen to what he wrote. We Kwame onwa. But don't forget say we Kwame Nkrumah otroy and so they come here type Sadia no otroy handwriting no ewa. Okay, make I. The Honorable Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, LLD, Prime Minister. It is with a deep sense of sorrow that I heard of the death last night of Mr. George Grant. It will be remembered that my many duties took me last weekend to Axim in the Western Province, where I had the first opportunity in 6 years to call on Pa Grant, as we always called him. This one was edited because Kwame Nkrumah told jobs to say the yedi 6 months here and say na do to so je ni no ye MC no otro sheti ma Akufo-Addo no Kwame wo kan the ordinance satro na ye de te na no person kire o mo say sabaye mfie nsiani na onya hunu wad Kwame Nkrumah ba no join power grant time no otu kwan miensa baako odibusume nan baako odibusume miensa baako odibusume nson bisam penifo wo krom ha wonim so they thought that Kwame was never going to come back. It was power grant. And a friend penifo in Asham say, hey, okay, well, what is happening?
You are watching Kasapa Media.
Oh, BRC Oniska. And don't forget, Gyimi Dankwa was in that meeting. Or say, Oni Sika. So, therefore, somebody at all costs must finance something for Kwame to come back. Kwame, yes, I know quite now on Mau. Eh? We need the Panama, Yedin. We need to say, oh, do money. Yedin. Shade. And we another day story. And remember, another day story is baby. I don't mean you fear. Much. When I heard he was seriously ill, I did not think then I would be the last of the members of his former executives. I had one of the United Gold Coast Convention to see him alive. What does this mean? Time now no yareno. I am told, sir, Oyariche. But Obia no wa UGC simwa. No fino. To say the JH men sayare yo higher kwan ho. Collins out and Yamin Shroud. A higher kwan ho. Actually, you better no so. The expression on his face then and his attempt to rise from his sick bed to embrace me moved me deeply. And no wonder said that George Alfred Grant of Kwame Nkrumah ma of ase. Because Obia Yinimai, Obia Nkwasara it took Kwame Nkrumah to go and see him on his sick bed. Kwame Nkrumah ko do hono. Now let me tell you, and maybe by we asim your friend Afibi Yesan. Kwame Nkrumah ko ya na okwasa power grant no. And tama na efra no no de baby na oyare no e ya Afibi Yesan.
You are watching Kasapa Media.
And beba be kire omu. And I was standing there and watching. Afibi Yesan. Now that he is dead, I realized that the attempt to embrace me and the gesture were the only way in which he wanted to express his satisfaction at the thought that he had lived to hear the announcement of a date for Ghana's independence. Kwame Nkrumah say, "Afei na wati asie de entia," because he died. January 27th, 1957. Ghana gained independence 6th March 1957. And actually, Kwame Nkrumah had written, can I stand? All right. Kwame Nkrumah had written a speech for George Alfred Grant to read. Sample on to me and Mamma Kanya. Yet the no assembly by Mobi, Manakayamano. And the Kwame Nkrumah say, George Alfred Grant, or sorry, so be or done ni Yariam Paso. Na or Pese or Yena two no, excess and then a niaji. Now what is a fed dear
Kasapa Media.
Or no partner or canaho. Na on any casa, friend and near friend say, telegram say,
You are watching Kasapa.
And there is enough fax here, Jumapa. On no, a friend no sending messages. and the message in the phone so but where they hurry and I betom no wait na so by 1 minute na bomba ku no was saying na so tong any pana wo friend ne fa de wo tia ne bomran hello Mr. Penifona no mo bi do me catch you enti Kwame Nkrumah say the way a George Alfred Grant I a friend of Pa Grant because no was sketch obia no obia so fere no obia so bu no enti won friend Mr. na say won friend den I don't friend Papa so you twa so na ne pa so sorry say oye na two no kire say wati asempa ne say wati data Ghana ebeje the independence. Now let me tell you this. Then na Kwame Nkrumah kwasra Pa Grant na oba no. Kwame Nkrumah shia assassins miensa ke yekum no kwam. Ke yekum 3 times. Kwame Nkrumah 3 times. Akayekunu. It took the 2 bodyguards. That time na Kwame so afene ni ate. Chano fa the security ni agro. 2 bodyguards ada Kwame Nkrumah wey na omo ya before. Cause do baby no. No said anjo bi ndiye. Eti of a Godwin Samuel as the first bodyguard. Any mame pedidini ye na me mmoma second person no mame pedidini ye na me mmoma menim se be wo ha na se be ha bibi wo ha me pese be firi so ye fa bruku o wa de do me se se ya eno a awia me ne kasai Kwame Nkrumah bodyguard no wuyi. I spoke to him yesterday. Araho Sabri said nani hado menka se fra nani hado because they say you're both super zonals. But Opia ni asasi so Ghana ha. Otimi poko papa na wako kache say now when we the bodyguard to our first president, the founder of this country, it is a ensuom pa wo benum no e bi agiteku sempoa. Papa ne tiade do me. Kwame Nkrumah during his time any pa no ye director of tourism or tiase onwui ono so voter region me say me chaw moniama wo krom ha na obi a wadane Ghana history bia no obwa onfa huni eti Kwame Nkrumah say papa de yes so sorry do afa na wate ase say na grant at say when your data Ghana beje na independence. Pa Grant is no more. I had not Kwame 2 jobs. Cause I shall want to take one in anymore. We now my what to say. Mokayeho, but send up papa on the Hussein Motano. The question once again, what killed Pa Grant and who killed him? He has passed into the realms of eternity. But the work which was dear to his heart and which is now nearing completion goes ahead. Kwame Nkrumah say, Pa Grant there oko.
You are watching Kasapa Media.
David Ankwa before Pa Grant. He died somewhere around 1965. So 60 years on thereabout, yeah. And I'm going to call the name Chibi Hono. Kwaya Okwe. Ni na chino. Adia ne dana kuma so. Se Ghana beje ne fa hudie ne de. Koso na enche ebesi. So it tells you from the words of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah where enye se eye feche document o. De na Pa Grant wu ye no. Krata ye ne de na yi Kwame Nkrumah tribute na me kan kire wo no. Tribute by the Honorable Dr. Kwame Nkrumah LLD into bracket Aseho Prime Minister. The whole nation will mourn him, and I particularly will, because of the affection which I know he always had for me personally. No wonder Pagran called Kwame Nkrumah Alfasi. And destiny so arranged it that I saw him before his end. Now, destiny cry can say, Shabre, Eshe say, Mekuno, answer, Wako. Now, Grant is gone. All right? Tribute by Dr. J.B. Dankwa, PhD, LLB, into bracket, barrister at law. Anyway, when a J.B. Dankwa Troy, I did not write this, oh. This thing I am holding here. Kewo wrote it. This is what J.B. Dankwa wrote.
You are
I am
watching
reading.
Kasapa Media.
Let's go on and read. Okay. Demirifa. We bow our heads in tears before the prostrate body of George Alfred Grant, but our spirit rises with his soul to see him soaring above us all. Because in him, the truly great, though dead, will forever live. And Kwame Nkrumah, before he died, also katre yen say Owumpa, he will forever what? Live. So J.B. Dankwa and Kwame Nkrumah, sorry, Pa Grant, any J.B. any Kwame Nkrumah, they will forever live. Mimi ye Ghana man penin ne. Pa Grant ebusuafo. Oh. I know your friend Atadwe. What then? Because can I say this? Let me say it. Don't worry. You said it. Let me say it. Kwame Nkrumah kwasra Pa Grant no. Budget and nobody independence no. Pa Grant man ne twin sika fi nim paase.
Media.
At the bank crying. One was a David Omujina Sono Carpenter no boss idea na Omujina to declare independence. No woo Carpenter Ntiase. Tell me, you see, you're too baby or memo how. Let's not allow anybody to change our history. And I'll bring them here. Papa na Osene Akonyana Obi Atra to the president in the Sobatana Hayakasai. He came here. But when him marching, my catcher say, Onuya a national project. It is speed now marching kono. Onuya TV kono. Ayana no the Ayana refi. Kwame Nkrumah ne carpenter na papa no di animu me yesene. Akonya na obi ata so ne edidi president no. But the better afia ho na mo refi. Yedneba. Maame no tete aduro. E ma Kwame Nkrumah maame. Emo tumi yin say no. Me de betena ha o. Ama refi me de carpenter na obo boss ada kato no. Emo mu gina mu declare independence ne be ba betena ha. Carpenter no onwui. And I'll tell you why we no be anwuye. Because the truth must come out before they die. I am shocked Ankrofo eka history no tan troka no ma say no. Demi for George Alfred Grant may still make JB Dankwa tribute to Pa Grant. George Alfred Grant caused the Gold Coast Africa to rise above his limitations in politics. But he was himself more than a politician. He was a Moses. Pacho, my camera name no be ankase. Obi abodi pacho he aye twa baby he was a Moses no. Anyway, second paragraph. Second paragraph. Zoom. Come. You are say come. Said how? He was a Moses. The Moses of Ghana's independence. But I'm Troy. I didn't know I'm Troy. I'm Safo. Pacho Kwasoro. No be a huni po Troy. Tribute by Dr. J.B. Dankwa, PhD LLB, barrister at law. You know what I mean, right, Abo? He was a Moses, the Moses of Ghana's independence. Thank you, sir. That's it. So if J.B. Dankwa, trust a Grant a Moses. Opaya pukokoni magana ji independence. I don't know anything. Did I write this? He wrote this. Pa Grant died in 1957. J.B. Dankwa died in 1965. 57, 8, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. 8 years. Oh, who said Ghana independence? No, Kaho. And Kwame knew very well. Papa and your friend J.B. Dankwa concerning no baby yeribi. Baby yeribi. Oba no so be ma yet say Pa Grant the Moses where history now work from had won't mean done no da. I've told you checking me 7 years. Na me maha to research into the undiluted history of this country. Here Pa Grant the driver's license today. We an insurance. Anyway, the driver's license, ne casa or war commercial. Pa Grant, no, you're serious businessman. Or no, or top private car. No, a license in a commercial vehicle. It is a we are brony. Now back home and not the car, but why do you want to private car, commercial vehicle, be tracker. That's how intelligent Pa Grant. The driver's license, any commercial motor vehicle, comprehensive policy. Pa Grant in the driver's license day. Who that? I promise you, I'll show it to you. You haven't ever seen it before. You find on 20, that's it. I haven't found insurance in shame. Document where J.B. Dankwa na Troy you. No be the trauma no. On one Troy. And on what's na kokan. At a time when the imperial power sat like a colossus astride our nation's right to live, George Alfred Grant, on a Hamatan day in February 1947, at his old office in Poitiers Road, Secondy, had an idea that the hour had struck for the chiefs and people of this land to take the the cudgels of their country's liberation into their own hands to set out bonds free. Or say, so independence not the end baby JB dan kwana say onye part of it. I didn't write this. Patwa kobiam behu. Ese no ye scholar.
Watching Kasapa Media.
And JB dan kwana na tro. Nyam na tro yo. Etimo bia nkogina baabi. I from am start gu nsa no. Do nyam be gu nsa sama petition we wiase bi na abesa. You can't change the history of this country. Thank you, sir. That's it. JB dan kwa say time I know be atiada. Obi an person obete he. Say Ghana. Ye be je fa hodie no. Enu mu. And a power grant. Sorry, a boom. Because he had first in the second paragraph described power grant as the Moses. And I'm what? Okay. Of Ghana's independence. Nyam tro yo. It is a power grant, no a Moses for Ghana independence. Onu JB Dankwano, no a Joshua, no a where. Tie. Otro Bibi disclosing his plans to a small group of about 40 inspired sons of the soil at a meeting at Forson in April of the same year. He fired the imagination of the youth. Eti say wunya say obi wo ho a o magana mabunu etimi sori ya bibia. Hey, ebusafoi, before independence, it was Power Grant who started it. So nobody can tell me, and that Professor Dubai yet me tron at the Asheni Bukum say, JB Dankwa, who inspired the youth of this country. Professor Dubai, I am sorry, may your soul rest in perfect peace, but you lied before you died. Because the man that you are ascribing this whole thing to has actually exposed you. Professor Dubai is JB Dankwa and Shasia inspire youth at what Ghana. I'm a Ghana member sorry yeah. Say a beji family. Sana Professor Dubai hemboa. JB Dankwa na enu muton patcho yanko paragraph 4. Anyway, nyame nam Troy JB Dankwa na Troy. Paragraph e yase. Deminifa 1, Deminifa 2, Deminifa 3, Deminifa 4, 4. Disclosing his plans to a small group of about 40 inspired sons of this soil at a meeting at Salt Pond in April of the same year, he fired the imagination of the youth and elders of this land in Ghana, to such an extent that in August, birth was given to the United Gold Coast Convention at Salt Pond. May I say, Pacho? So where is JB Dankwa? Pacho, I'm Troy. I didn't make JB Dankwa na Troy. Oh, Power Grant a year say. I'm Troy. Where's Wunya baby? Me don't know me. Wunya baby. Open copy crime mount. Where are your super zonals in the air bono? Maybe you're Ghana man penia. Salt Pond will become the political tourism city in first of its kind in the whole wide world. Salt Pond. I will redevelop Salt Pond and make it the political tourism city in this world. But unfortunately, Salt Pond, Achemfo, and I don't know, you know how God wired my life. Surprisingly, my parents found themselves at Salt Pond, Achemfo. It is school now, Pejako and Harom. Yeah, paniers, yeah, me now, I'm starting Harom. It's me said that my mammy and Nukobi. Nanajili, any Jojo, we don't make the same school because one I'm shas here. Yeah, they shall say Harom. Metna soul fund. Meaning how God wired my life. I have no idea. Matna soul fund. Yetna prabio kakra. And then kwatna na nkasedo. Anke Kofi police di fie ho. What are they yet? You know, friend Victoria. What I say? I was a little boy. Sabesi in school, na Kofi police. Wafa ken. We tram to kakra. Na wasn't go school. And in there. By friend on Tunche. And another day story. Men sanka me Ghana man penia. Sa UGCC 4 diner esi hono. Me kwajo smart. Ye be ye ni ye. Kwame Nkrumah na girlfriend bi. Na my minute 37 steps. Eka say kowano badamfa. Eka de kowano amfa.
And I know first time I subscribe, we are following all social media platforms. You know, Kasapa Media Friend. The best you be much for us so NC or Macron.
You are watching Kasapa Media.